Thank you for coming to the Big Igloo Armory YouTube channel. Today we're going to be going over how to get the multiple handgun purchase exemption. What that is the ability to pick up and purchase more than one handgun in one transaction. Typically in Jersey, you're only allowed to buy one handgun every 30 days and take it home in that 30-day period. And then you have to wait another 30 days before you can get another one. So, really limiting you to about 11 handguns per year with how bad our background checks are in this state. You don't really get to use the 12th one. So with this exemption, you can apply and get as many as you want in one background check. So I've had a few guys take 6 home in one shot. I've had them take 3, 2. It's nice. So anyone can get this as long as you check that you are a collector when it asks you why you're getting it. So I will be going over the entire application with you in a minute. These are some of the prerequisites. I'd suggest pausing this and reading it. And if you ever stop in the shop, I can print this out for you too and show it to you. It's also available on the NJ Guns Reddit page and there's a Facebook page that it's on as well. And it's on the NJ Firearm Owners Syndicate 2 Facebook page. But the first step is you're going to want to communicate with your gun shop that you're going to do it with, see if they're okay with doing it, if they've done it before. If not, you could show them this video and they can kind of walk them through how to do it, and it's okay. Some shops don't even know about it, so it's not very popular. I actually had a customer show me it, so I didn't even think anyone could do it. I was like everybody else, you can only get one every 30 days. You basically have to be the king of Jersey to get more than one handgun in a day, or a police officer. So you don't, anyone can do it. It's really not that bad. So communicate with your gun shop. If they're cool with it, then you're also going to have to purchase the guns already. You're going to need the makes, the models, and the serial numbers before you can even apply for your multiple permit exemption. So do that. You're also going to need, before your application, the store's SFL number, the state firearm license. You could ask the store for it. If you've been to that store before, it will be on one of your COEs if you got a long gun from them, or on your pistol permits that have been executed if you got a handgun from them. And for our store, it's 4361 if you use us for Big Igloo Armory. If not, ask the store you're going to be using. So we are now going to go over to the application portion of this. First step, as always, go to bigiglooarmory.com. You're going to go to the top under the NJSP FARS application tab, and we're going to go to the application button. And we're going to hit this orange button in the bottom left corner, Online Firearms Application. And we're going to check that we are a resident or a dual resident and go to the ORI number box. We're going to go back to the bigiglooarmory.com page and go to the NJSP dropdown and then go to the NJORI numbers portion. We have them organized by county. Find your county and you're going to find your town. I'm going to use Big Igloo Armory's Pemberton Borough Township code for this example. If you have state police for your police department, you can go over here to the right, and we have a drop down for all the trooper barracks here. We're going to go back to our application, and we are going to enter in our ORI number and confirm it. And we're going to move on to the application. So this is going to be very similar to applying for regular pistol permits. So we're going to click that button. And now you're going to say how many for this exemption you're going to be using. So for this exemption, I'm going to say I'm getting 3. We're buying 3 firearms. I'm going to say I'm not a police officer. And if you are, check that box. And you really shouldn't. If you're a police officer, you're exempt from this anyway. So you really shouldn't have to do this. This is really for non-law enforcement. Have you been fingerprinted before? Yes, if you already have a firearms ID card. And if you don't have a firearms ID card, you really can't do this yet because you wouldn't have been able to buy a handgun. So this is really for people that have already purchased guns and have a firearms ID card. But we're going to put our SBI number in here. And we're going to check the box that we're buying the guns for ourselves. And then you can read all this. This is saying you can only buy one handgun every 30 days, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't really apply to you in this situation because we're going to be doing the exemption. So you're going to check yes to the exemption box, and then we're going to hit continue. Here is where it's going to ask you why you're doing this. And there's reasons some of these might apply to you, but this is for the people that just want to buy more than one handgun in 30 days. So you're going to hit the collector box, collector, and this will cover you, and you'll be able to get more than one handgun. And then you're going to confirm how many permits you're going to use. So I wrote 3, so I'm going to hit 3 there. And then this is the portion where you would add your make, model, and serial number and caliber. So I would have to enter all 3 here. And then I would go all the way to the bottom, seller transferee type, licensed firearm dealer. So this is if you're getting it from a gun shop, and this is where you'd have to enter in that SFL number, and it would ask you to confirm the gun shop you'd be going to. And then once you confirm all this and you move on to the next page, it's basically identical to getting a regular pistol permit. There's nothing really different. Just the same questions, same amount of references, and it's usually the same time period for approval. The only difference is you need the gun shop to approve it. So once you hit submit, it's going to get sent to your township, and it's going to get sent to your gun shop. Call your gun shop. They're not going to know. They're not going to get a notification about it. You're going to have to tell them. We have no idea. I don't know why we don't get any notification saying someone applied for it. We need to approve it, but we don't. So call them. Hey, I just submitted my multiple permit exemption. Can you approve it, please? Because it will not go forward until the shop approves it. So do that. And then the other difference is you still have to pay for every permit. So even though you're getting an exemption, if you're getting 3 permits, you're going to have to pay the $75 in one shot. So you're going to be doing the application fee and the multiple permit price. But there's no charge for doing the multiple permit exemption. So it's the same price. And then once you do that and you get approved, you'd go to your gun shop. You're going to do the background just the same. You're going to do the 4473 just the same. And you'll pick them all up at the same time. You'll get 3 permits burned once you're approved, or 3 permits executed once you're approved. And it's really simple. It's really not that bad. For people that want to buy a lot of guns in a year, this is a great way to go about it. And there's not a limit to how many times you could do it that I'm aware of. So you could do 3 this month and then apply in a couple months for another 3 or another 5. And the only difference is you have to do the 30-day window in between. So if you pick up 3 today, you can't pick up another handgun or handguns for another 30 days. So if you got an approval for another 5 pistol permits for the exemption, you cannot pick up again until that 30-day window is over. Or if you only get one, say you got another set of permits that you're going to use individually, you still can't use that next permit for 30 days. Which is stupid, but at least they're not going to make you wait for the amount of permits you got. They're not going to say, well, you got 3 permits, so you got to wait 90 days in between purchases. So it's not that bad. It's still annoying. The only downside is every gun shop in the country has to do this. If you buy more than one handgun at a time, we have to send a form, the 3310.4, to the ATF the day you do it. And it's going to list, it's going to basically look like the front page of the 4473 with your information on it and the guns information. And we email it directly to the ATF and they know what you're getting. So that could be a pro to you, could be a con. I don't see how it's a pro for anybody, but I haven't seen anybody get in trouble about it. I've had a few guys do the multiple permit exemption, and no one's said the ATF's reached out to them at all. No one said the state police reached out to them at all. At the end of the day, you're buying a gun legally. You're doing a background check on it. You're not breaking any rules. It's fully legal. The multiple permit exemption is really for New Jersey. The feds don't care. In free states, you can go in and buy 3 handguns at a time on a Tuesday. It doesn't matter. Most states don't use this permitting system that Jersey does. So we're kind of bouncing around between 2 sets of laws between the ATF and the state. So the state's really just the permit exemption, and the 3310.4 is for the feds. So so every shop's going to have to do that, unfortunately. But other than that, it's super simple. I'll give you an opportunity to pause this video or screenshot this portion of it. And down here, this portion of it. If you have any questions, you could always call the shop. If you want to stop by, I can always print this out for you and hand it over, or you can stop in and talk to me about it. But it's very easy, and it's pretty smooth. And once you've done it once, you've done it 1,000 times. So that's how you get your New Jersey multiple handgun purchase exemption.